Episode motherfucking 23. We've had 22 other episodes, you see. But one of those was a best of episode. So it was just a fucking bunch of bullshit that I pieced together. So we actually have 22 episodes. Yeah. Oh, God. Coming up with the beginning part of episodes is fucking stupid sometimes. Especially when you've got to add something with good quality audio, because the rest of the podcast that you're about to get into has some of the worst audio I've ever recorded, aside from Animal Train. No, the audio it's a little different. We're trying something different in the episodes. When I have to go on trips and stuff like that, I lug the fucking equipment across the states or whatever, and it's just such a hassle because oftentimes the equipment, if I know I'm gonna have like 4+ dudes on the fucking mic, or going through checking the bags and getting on the airplane, like oftentimes it's over 50 pounds, and so I don't want to spend a fucking shit ton of money just to bring a recording studio and set it up. And plus, like, for an hour out of the fucking week or so that I'm on these trips, and like if it even happens, because we got a lot of times that like we just don't record because the schedules don't line up that to make it happen. But so we have the new setup. We've got a lapel mic setup that runs into a phone, and it makes it so much easier to travel with. With that, the audio quality suffers a little bit. It's not like this quality. It's not like in the studio. So as you get into this episode, please forgive the quality, but it's a good one. I enjoyed recording it. The dudes had a great time, and it's the cast of the OLP. We got 4 of the 7. 4 of the fucking 7. Unfortunately, 3 of the dudes weren't there, so that's why there's only 4 of the 7. But yeah, before we get into this episode, I want to talk about a new company that's sponsoring the fucking podcast. I'm super stoked to bring it on board as a sponsor of the Violent Professional Podcast. This is going to be Cleared Hot Co. or Cleared Hot Company. You can find them at clearedhot.team. What's interesting about this company is unlike a lot of companies out there, they have unique designs as well as community events for the veteran community. It's a Canadian-based company, but they have liked the podcast and they have supported it for a while. And I've been watching these guys for a little bit, and then they approached me and were asking if they could be a part of the podcast too, which I'm super excited about because I like their designs, I like their stuff, I like what they're about. You can check them out at clearedhot.team. Go support them. It's a newer company. It's going to be launching in approximately 2 weeks, depending on when you listen to this, or it could have been 2 years ago, depending on if you listen to this episode 2 years after I recorded it. So anyway, go check them out. New sponsor of the podcast. We're excited about it. So thank you, Cleared Hot Co., for being a part of the podcast and showing interest and listening to the episodes and sending feedback. And in return, we're going to try to support you as well the best we can through our platform here, the Violent Professional Podcast. Also, go check out the prime sponsor of the Violent Professional Podcast, ariesclothing.com. They sell cool shit. I say they, but it's me. I sell cool t-shirts at ariesclothing.com. And also evilvibesco.com. It's kind of weird. I should have said it better. evilvibes.co or something like that. I don't know. But anyway, go check out Evil Vibes. Go check out ariesclothing.com. Go check out Cleared Hot Co. And yeah, hope you enjoy this episode. It's interesting. Cast the OLP is back together. On this episode, we talk about the future of the Violent Professional Podcast East Coast. Go figure. There's going to be another group of dudes doing another Violent Professional Podcast on the East Coast. The OLP. Get them back together. Fuck yeah. The majority of the dudes on episode 13, Order of the Light Protectors, Let's Make a Cult, are all out in Florida. So what's awesome, they're starting up another podcast underneath the Violent Professional banner, and there's going to be a ton of new content. We don't know exactly how we're going to be doing it, but we discuss a little bit on this episode for your listening pleasure, and great things to come in the future. We've got sponsors now. We've got tons of patrons. We've got, a new series of podcasts coming out from the guys from the East. And with that, go check out patreon.com/violentprofessional. You can support this podcast in more ways than one, more than you know, by supporting us signing up for as little as $1, helping us grow, and making this the focus, as opposed to all the other bullshit that I got to deal with on a day-to-day basis. I am saying it right now, I want to focus more on the podcast and all of the rest of the shit, because regardless if I'm making a ton of money over here, a ton of money over there, I love doing the podcast. It's the funnest fucking thing that I've done in a long time, and it brings me an immense amount of joy. And as I've gone on with my life, I have found out that's the most important fucking thing that I could do with the time that I'm given on this earth, is do shit I enjoy. And I think you should do that too. If you find something you really enjoy, go fucking do it. Pursue it as hard as you can, if you can, with all the fucking bullshit responsibilities we all share. A lot of them aren't bullshit. I just like to say that. Anyway, without further ado, let's get into episode 23. Got no name for this one yet.
This is the Violent Professional Podcast, brought to you by AriesClothing.com.
And we're live.
Okay.
We got Dumpster Cupcakes here and Boo Boo Quad.
What kind of stupid ass nickname is that?
Look at your disgusting, disfigured fucking leg right now.
Yeah, it's gross.
Gross.
This is big ass lump on my leg.
What happened?
I don't want to tell that story.
Why not?
Because it's embarrassing.
So leave out some. That's what this whole thing is.
Leave out some details. Just explain in simplistic.
I was just doing sprints, and on the very first one, after I warmed up, snapped like a rubber band.
All those muscles.
Imagine just, you know those videos that you see when somebody takes down a lion at full sprint? That's what happened, and I literally just full sprint, it tore, and I slid across the fucking grass on my face.
So you were like the gazelle that got tackled.
Yes.
Oh, it's like those Indian hunting movies, except he's bigger than a gazelle, so like the buffalo falls and slides up. It's like like the dust is going from his neck.
Yep, and it hurt very bad. I got an MRI and the doctors lost their goddamn minds. You need to get surgery now.
It sound when you fell. Like,
yeah, it's more like, oh God! No, it just hurt a lot. And all the people I was running with stopped and gathered around are you okay? And I'm like, keep running!
Fuck you!
Don't fucking touch me! I'm one of those people I don't want to be bothered when I hurt myself. I don't want people coming up and being like, oh, are you okay?
Don't worry too much about other people.
Yeah, it's get the fuck out of my face.
You exploded and you're just your body and you're like,
oh, are you okay? No, they're just trying to get out of fucking running is what they're trying to do.
Fucking thing I just said. It's like you exploded and there's your body. What the fuck was that?
No, I just was just don't fucking touch me. Yeah, I couldn't put weight on it, and a week later it felt fine, and I had this huge ass divot in my leg.
You just got a tumor growing inside your leg?
That's the muscle that's kind of sucking up into my hip. keeps getting pulled up further and further. It looks even worse than it did about 4 weeks ago.
Can you flex it? Is it?
Mm-hmm.
It looks weird. It's like you have a saddle in the middle of your fucking leg.
No, about a week later I felt fine and went back at it. And I was like, that's fucking weird. Then went and saw the doctor, and they're like, yeah, it's a grade 1 strain. If you're able to do that stuff, it'll get back to normal. And got the MRI, and they're like, oh, God, get in here now. Where's he at? He needs to come in now. I'm going to die. Yeah. You got 4 quad muscles. I mean, at least 3 of them are still working. So, yeah, they got to cut into my leg next week. At least I get...
I just pictured the, that commercial with the fucking... what's that infomercial where he takes the tape and throws it on the leaking fucking container?
Yeah.
Flex tape!
No, they got to
lay your fucking leg and slap it on.
I made the mistake of searching rectus femoris surgery, because that's a muscle that I tore from the knee. I guess the patella tendon's still attached. That's why kind of feels weird underneath my knee, something is there, but it's not attached. It just feels weird. But I made the mistake of watching the surgeries on the internet of what it looks like, and I'm like, oh fuck, dude! They're just they're manhandling their legs and yarding on that. It's not pretty. It's like watching somebody get knee replacement surgery. Fucking rip the knee out and
wisdom tooth surgery, fucking hammer and chisel.
Yeah, I'm just oh god, dude. I'll be out for the count for a few weeks, but at least I'll have a good time at my house just doing nothing, riding that Percocet high for about 2 weeks.
Remember, all falls do not need beat it, dude. I just saw one of those billboards. That was a total turd Ferguson to say.
We never got to the true details of the turd Ferguson.
Still don't.
Still don't.
What episode was that? Was that
That was the
That was
episode
before
before
Mole
Mole People.
Hard Dick War Daddy?
No, that was before
Hard
Mole
Dick
People.
Yeah.
Where it was like, how did he get the nickname?
So frustrating.
He told
It
like
was
an
Mole
hour
People
long.
first. You released them in two separate things because we
I
recorded
don't
that
remember,
part.
yeah.
We recorded that part first. That was the wasn't the Mr. Hands one.
Was it?
Yeah, no, it wasn't Mr. Hands. It was the one before that where I talked about how I possibly got
AIDS.
HIV.
Yeah.
Is that in the episode?
Yeah, you can update the fans now on your status.
Do you have AIDS?
I beat it. I've been on the circuit in both northwestern Florida, visiting a bunch of people who realize they have AIDS, like the support groups, and explaining to them how I beat it and they can beat it too.
It's like Fight Club where he's go to the meetings. He doesn't actually have the fucking shit just to make himself feel good.
Yeah, I was listening to that Order of the Lights Protectors when it first came out. I don't remember recording that thing at all. You guys did a really good job at it.
Me and Drew that knew.
Yeah, Jeremy was there.
We just played a little bit and he didn't remember the last part of it.
I was pretty drunk by that.
Oh, was that when you were talking about your uncle?
No,
That was a different episode.
That was the episode before that we recorded first. That came out second. The same one, the Turd Ferg.
Oh yeah, that was like 3.
Well, because it was like a warm-up episode and I was like, there's not much. I don't know why I didn't put that one out. It's probably because of whatever fucking reason I don't put shit out. But like 4 episodes I haven't released.
Well, some of it was because of questionable word
Well, I
choice.
cut all that shit out. But then there's other episodes talking about other stuff that I would have released it, but the dude on there is still, he can get in fucking trouble for the shit just because of his placement in life. But yeah, I didn't release that one, and then I was like, I think there was a lot of shit being said as far as like, whatever. And but I went through and cut out like so much. That 2-hour episode turned into a 50-minute episode.
Yeah, it was Order of the Lights Protectors, and then Mr. Hands, and then it was the Lost episode you said when you brought it up on the thing. It was like the Lost episode. It's like episode 14 or 15.
I don't even fucking remember. There's so many of them.
Now that
22 of them.
Now that I'm like 10 days sober, my memory's coming back. All these cool things that I'm seeing the world through sober eyes for the first time.
There's White Claws in there.
I don't know. It's alright. I have a Perrier. Fucking hate my life. Eating these smelly ass walking around. So 23 more days. We'll be back on that.
Why are you taking time off?
Getting ready to deploy.
New year, new you.
New year, new me, dude. That's how
It's August.
We talked about that in February. You're like, yeah, you made it like 20 days. I'm like, I didn't make it 20 days. I made it like 8.
Yeah, Mama didn't raise no quitter.
No, not my mom.
Yeah, I was doing
Didn't
good
raise
too,
no.
and I wasn't drinking until I found out I had surgery, and then just went on the wagon hard because I only have one speed. Fucking drink.
Is it off the wagon or on the wagon?
No,
When
on
you
the
fuck up.
on the. We,
I'm on
I think
the
if you're
wagon.
off the
You
wagon.
You fell off the wagon.
When you start
Yeah,
drinking.
you fell off the wagon.
So you fell off the wagon.
Mhm.
Since you
no. You're drinking. You're on the wagon. At least
fell into
at least
the
through
wagon.
my eyes, because that's how they used to bootleg on a wagon from place to place.
Well, technically, to fall off the wagon, you had to have been on the wagon.
Can you just get down nicely? Why do you have to fall?
I stepped.
Why are we
gently
talking about
and
the
did a 10-day
semantics of
bender.
how we to get off the wagon? I started drinking again. We'll just say that heavily.
You said the term.
Yeah.
I'm questioning it because I didn't understand.
Well, then-
Apparently nobody else does.
Why don't you get on the Wikipedia machine and find out if it's
We
fall
love
off the
Wikipedia. This
wagon?
group. This group loves it.
Oh, dude.
There's several things that happen in this podcast. One of them is animals, and the other is fucking talking about Wikipedia.
What? This podcast needs to have animals?
Like every episode.
An animal
Let's
gets
not
brought
turn this
up.
one into it.
Oh, yeah. Last episode
Last
was
episode was
raccoons. Heavy dose of
I
raccoons.
created my own deodorant with raccoon scent glands in the last one.
Here we go. Falling off the wagon is the term meaning to cease or fail at a regimen of self-improvement or reform.
So it's for multiple things, not just drinking.
Yes. Guess where I found that?
Wikipedia.
So dumb. Oh, man. Yeah, so
It's not, though. There's a lot of answers on that. It doesn't mean they were correct answers. They're fucking answers.
Have we edited the page for Order of Light Protectors?
The what?
Order of Light Protectors.
Somebody messaged me the other day and said they were like, hey, did anybody start that page yet? And then I was like, I haven't seen it. I've looked. He's like, say no more, fam. It's like, okay.
Nice.
Well,
It's kind of hard because you got to like go through and even the shit I'm working on. I'm like, fuck, I got to listen to that goddamn thing again. Those 2 hours to figure out the color of their fucking jumpsuits.
well, if I wasn't so drunk, I would have had a lot better inputs. Because as soon as I'm listening to the thing, I'm like, why the hell would they settle on this? This is a much better idea. And then I realized it was just a fucking exact parallel to what Scientology is, which I didn't realize until I heard it
Not
again.
really.
So
We talk about it, but there's no evil Lord Xenu.
yeah, we're not
There's
making.
no evil Lord in the mole, in the OLP.
but I'm talking about like the level of people.
Oh, yeah.
all that
That's
sort of
the
stuff.
same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hierarchy.
No, that was just random, but you can see how easy it was to
The
make
parallels
Scientology
do.
now.
Wait, we were gonna have like it was like 3 tiers of what we were talking
But
about.
if
And
you
then it
look
turned
back
into,
in-
we need the star face.
Well, if you look back in history, like most of the cults throughout time have had essentially like a hierarchy system. So it's not like unique to Scientology. It's just kind of how it naturally, like, people pay more money.
Well,
they
let's
have
just-
a higher
let's-
status within the cult.
Agree that cults are all generally the same. They're not.
Mm-hmm.
Like they don't end in positive influences or fucking anything like that. Like,
Yeah, dude. I mean, we weren't forcing people to get clear as fuck within the mole people, like Scientology.
And we've yet to get any money from them.
Yeah, but we don't have any like
Well, obviously,
high up, what would we call them, like A-list actors? We should though.
We should recruit Nick Offerman.
He's too much of a dude. He'd never do that.
he dead?
Nick Offerman?
Yeah.
No.
I thought he fucking died.
What?
Somebody Google that shit. Wikipedia.
No. That would have been all over
I
the
thought it
interwebs.
was.
He's fucking Ron Swanson. He can't die.
I don't watch TV.
No, that show's not. It's been off the air for like 3 years. I didn't know.
but the name still lives.
He does the Sling commercials.
Okay.
Sling
I was
TV.
thinking of something else. You and your pop culture.
Yeah, fucking millennials.
Just on the edge of that myself.
On what edge? Inside or outside?
82,
I think 82 should start year, isn't it?
81.
Is it?
Mm-hmm.
You love test dev so much that when you retire, you're going to try to move to Washington. You can be closer to Mike.
No.
Has it the thought crossed your mind? You sure?
Yeah.
How would your Bluetooth headsets work?
We're going to create a Bluetooth network of fans across the country. So
Mesh network.
Mesh
so
network,
It
yeah.
connects to all.
It
of
just
them.
connects all of
Well,
them.
I know that people do it from other states. Like they'll do,
They can do that.
yes. Whether like Skype or there's some sort of thing where you can, unless they edit it to where that person is listening to that podcast from another
Yeah.
area.
I don't know what we're talking
Where the
about.
fuck did we just diverge?
Yeah, that went from absolutely off one topic to the other, him moving to Washington and how that we can FaceTime
How
or
are they going to
Skype.
stay in contact? We're very worried.
How are we going to do
Oh,
these
there's
violent
different ways.
professional podcasts?
If I was forced to move to Washington a set amount of time, I would willingly accept, but it doesn't mean that's where I'd go.
I mean, I was born and raised there, and that's just the fucking people, dude.
Oh, it's fucking horrible.
It's the worst.
Yeah.
It's an awesome place, but you put kings
Well, it's
there.
just like Germany. I love that fucking country. The
Mhm.
people there suck. They're fucking horrible. Like, not just because of Nazi
And-
Germany and all the time. Like, they're just assholes. Like, literally, they're not all.
Man,
I'm
2
not-
episodes in a row we're going to shit on Germany? They got hit on pretty
I
hard
fucking
last
went after
episode.
Mike the other day. Yeah, it was like your fucking two-stepping grandparents were pounding it out. And fucking... Then he went after him, too. He's like, oh, fuck them. They're subhuman. I'm like, I've never heard you say that. I literally said it to fucking fuck with you. And he's like, yeah, fuck them.
Nah, I
He's
just
German
couldn't handle. Like, there's a lot of stuff to do there, but they got that farting in glasses, smelling their own farts.
I think that happens, but
driving their Priuses, talking about how they're saving the environment.
They're like, oh, yeah.
Yeah, it was like,
Smart.
oh yeah. I drive. What is that? Is that a Suburban? What are you doing for
I
the
don't think that's
environment?
what
Oh, like it's always
Is that a
they're-
Suburban?
They're always talking to you condescendingly, or like maybe they aren't meaning to come off that way, but it's always like, oh well, humble brag or whatever. They just fucking suck, those shitty ass people
talking
up
about-
there. Talking
What
about the
is
people
happening?
from
Yeah,
What are you
Washington.
talking about? Germans?
No, Washingtonian.
Yeah, yes. Yeah.
Sorry.
I was like, we were all thinking you were talking about Germans. I was
It's like, this does not make sense.
sitting here like, gonna happen next?
No, I'm talking about Washingtonians.
I was like Germans
Fucking
farting in glasses, driving Priuses, talking about Suburbans.
So Washington people fart in glasses. I was
that?
like, why is he using an accent right now? Because I'm like, ugh. Like, I've never heard a German say that.
Wow.
You're farting in glasses and fucking going, ugh. Damn it.
Sorry, I did not preface that with, well, Washingtonians.
There was a thought there that happened and didn't say the few words that would have gotten
That
us all on this
happens
journey.
all the time. Fucking mush brain.
I wonder how much that happens where like people are having conversations like, yeah, fucking yeah. Like
Happens all the
there's
time with
4
us.
people that are talking about different shit.
Yeah, well, imagine having like 3 people in one office forget half the shit that they say 20 minutes after they say it. It's like living in a nursing home with a bunch of senile old people. I fucking said that. No, you didn't. It's just,
I 100% told you guys to do that.
no, you didn't.
Fuck you all.
But then it makes me think, did he say that? And then I feel like my wife does that on purpose because she knows that, she'll be like, oh, I told you that. And
There's a
I'll be like,
1,000% chance that most of the time I said it to myself in my head, but imagine saying it to you and fucking absolutely forgot that I never said it out loud.
Oh, yeah. You do that all the time.
Yeah, but then you do a great job of making me feel like you did tell me that, and then I just forgot. So then I feel like an asshole.
Well, I'm not going to make myself
You
feel bad.
manipulative bitch. Oh, shit. Good times.
So you want to bring up do Violent Professional East? You bring up that we're going to do a podcast.
Yeah, we're gonna make it.
We're gonna make it a different podcast.
We're gonna make it a different podcast. I mean,
This is like the last podcast network. It would be the Violent Professional Podcast Network expansion.
we're gonna post action, see what we can come up with.
You want to call it the Violent Professional East or something else?
I don't know. I think we
Call your own
just
thing.
start doing some shit and see what we come up with, and then we'll gauge it.
Record
Like,
a couple episodes.
yeah, and then
I'll
be like,
make
hey,
some
well,
art.
how does the content like really mesh with what you typically do? And instead, you're a bag of tricks, just depending on who you're talking to. So we'll see what we can go with it.
You can talk to like people like CJ and stuff. I mean,
Yeah.
does he still dive with the dive team? I'm so out of the fucking.
Yeah, I mean, we can do a little bit of mix. I mean, we'll do the
Wasn't
same
he
stuff.
the dude that? Wasn't he the dude that I saw when you guys dove and I was mountain biking?
Yeah.
We're gonna do a mix of stuff. We're gonna try to bring some of the stuff in that we're doing out there in the east, but also just kind of tie in a lot of the East Coast portion of what Aries followers and Tastev and all that stuff that we do. And instead, we'll see where it goes. Maybe it'll be awesome. Maybe it'll absolutely suck. And Mike will end up fucking just hitting delete on a
You
shit
guys
ton of
record a bunch
content.
of episodes of like, why are they aired? Like, it just didn't work out. It's a schedule thing. It's all in the algorithm. I just use that for everything I say. Like the algorithms. This one. Blame Mark Zuckerberg and the algorithm.
Yeah, it just didn't work out,
It wouldn't
Computers.
upload.
I wouldn't know the difference anyways. I don't know how to work those things. Fucking science.
Work with the.
The only thing you have to do is if
I'm gonna work with the boss because you need a chick. You need your
Yeah,
first
that's
chick
the
on a
true
podcast.
thing, yeah.
So
Not on this one. Nope. No, she could be on.
no
No,
female.
I always said that Minnie would
No
be
women.
the first female guest
I'd
on
say
the Violent
I'd
Professional
say she's
Podcast.
earned that
Yeah.
right to be the first if you're gonna have a first female to do it. So.
oh
Yeah, but how is it going to be
No,
funny?
you're
We
talking
all
about
know
the other
women
boss.
are not
No,
funny.
no,
no, that other chick is.
I like how there's 2 conversations going on right now. We're on a podcast. We're like,
I'm laughing.
I
Me and
think-
Mike are laughing about 2 complete. Other than you guys are laughing about something completely different. Yeah.
I think partially people listen because they're like, these dudes fucking. It's like being in a conversation that they don't know I'm there.
It's literally the fly on the wall podcast.
So how do we want to get this started then with the discussion of the East, which is what we are?
Well, I think if you look at the Violent Professional podcast as a whole, from its like what it was into the creative nonsense, a lot of the Eastern dudes facilitated that nonsense. So
You guys can just do that.
I
'Cause
think-
I have
I
other
think-
kinds of shit.
I think
It's
one
not-
like we have the right group to provide that like ridiculous sense of fucking bullshit that we can keep flowing.
Mm.
But like nonetheless, like you got to come back around. So like we're gonna have to do some serious conversation.
it's hard to do like mole people. It's fucking hard to do like always, because we were like, what was it? We were like, we've been talking about other episodes and stuff. It's like, how the fuck do you start that? We had the 2 episodes that were super creative and fucking weird, the alien life, and then it's like, you
can't really. Even the other episode we did, it's like that's not like I think we were trying to do it, but it was like you can't repeat that shit. It's hard to fucking stay on that crazy weird shit.
Yeah.
It's like Queen. They never repeated themselves, minus the HIV, but repeated themselves. I've watched Bohemian Rhapsody many times. Repeat them. Genre.
I'm a rocket man flying through the sky.
So I mean, like we can't forget that Queen. To our advantage, we have a completely different creature in our neck of the woods, right? Like Pacific Northwest has the hipster liberal vibe, where we got
fuck you, buddy.
We got the South.
Yeah, we live in. Well, I wouldn't even call it like the nice part of. We live in Florida, which is
southern Alabama trash.
You never hear. It's always. I mean, they have the story as like a Florida man, a Florida woman.
Oh, dude,
Florida man.
I mean, and just think like what we can. Period.
Yeah, a Florida man threw a gator through the. A Florida man threw a gator through the drive-through window, was charged with assault with a deadly weapon. Oh, what?
Case in point, Casey Anthony.
Oh, gosh.
Oh, that's so ridiculous. Oh, man.
He's not wrong. He's not wrong.
Exactly. I'm not wrong.
I mean, you can just...
I think there's a moral dilemma with that, though. You're like, she totally killed her child.
No, I just, you can look at her and you just, fucking crazy bitch. It's the same with that one that killed her boyfriend.
But
whatever
how
her
many
name,
of us,
not Casey. It's Jody. It's like Jody Arias. To me, they look the same. It's like, okay, that's what a crazy bitch looks like. That chick was doing fucking handstands in the interrogation room and like talking to herself and shit. That bitch was crazy. Case in point.
Yeah, how the fuck did she do a handstand?
I mean, it was against the wall, so it wasn't that impressive. Fuck that bitch. She said her boyfriend was running around like a zombie, and that's why she shot him in the head after she stabbed him and almost cut his head off. He came charging after her. Fuck, dude.
You hear the story about the woman that...
bitches be crazy, right?
You hear the story about the woman that had a dream that her boyfriend cheated and like woke up and fucking stabbed him?
Oh my god!
And
I'm. You know what? In all honesty, I'm not that surprised.
And she
Florida woman.
She said something like, "You still should have known," or something like that. Yeah, it's a dream.
Oh my god, dude. We won't get it. I don't want this episode to just be a woman bashing episode.
But every episode is. Have you listened to any of them? You've been on a few of them. Literally, like for about 30 minutes of every episode, even if it's a 20-minute episode, they're all woman bashing for 30 minutes.
It has a sexist value. It's like fucking Daniel Tosh comedy.
Sexist slant?
Yeah. The weird part is an increasing number of women that are following the podcast.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's actually awesome. They're like, I'll ask them too, be like, why, have you listened to any of the episodes? Do you like the art or what? Like, no, you guys are just funny. Oh, okay. Cool.
Well, I mean, we're literally just sitting around drinking White Claw.
Maybe because we're basic ass bitches. Basic white bitches.
White Claw and gay. And dipping. And we're dipping, though.
Ain't no lie when you're drinking White Claw.
Smash some fucking drywall right now.
Watching our figures. I'm not drinking White Claw. I'm drinking coffee because I can have it any time of the day. And it doesn't affect me to drink way too much caffeine.
That's how alcohol used to be. Whenever you...
Any time of the day, didn't even
like I'd start shaking and feeling like shit, and then have like a screwdriver, and I'm just like, it's good.
That is a problem.
Yeah,
that's alcohol dependency, buddy.
The first week, I was fucking. I think that also
functioning alcoholic, but a high functioning alcoholic at that.
Yes, very high function. Always on time. Always there, ready to teach. Something I don't remember teaching.
Yeah, you don't know what you taught. Life lessons.
Yeah. Nobody wants life lessons from Mike. Maybe of what not to do. It's because of your positive mental attitude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
Oh, it's just telling me we have to cut that.
We cut out any military stuff for the episode. They all kind of go hand in hand. You can talk about it, but I'll cut it out.
Oh.
I don't like to stifle people, but...
Yeah,
but we're stifling you, Mike.
I'm a peacock. You gotta let me fly.
But we're stifling you, Mike.
Part of the episodes that I think is funny is that nobody cuts out shit, but I'll go, beep! I'll throw a fucking sensor. What did he talk about? It's like, that beep was literally 30 minutes, and then I just threw a beep that I cut out.
There was so I've been listening to Howard Stern, obviously, because I have the satellite radio.
Welcome to 2003.
Obviously.
Yeah,
Well, you just
it came with the free truck. Oh no, it came free with the truck.
it came with the free. I mean, if you think about it, then you had to sacrifice your body a little bit, but you got a free truck out of the whole deal.
Hell yeah. But anyway, he's been talking
That was
about...
after that episode where he talked about getting smoked on this bike.
Yeah,
Yeah, I told you about the 2 times I got hit by the car.
This is like a flashback.
I know.
10 years later,
Aftermath
I made
of
$1 million
that.
getting hit by a vehicle on my new bicycle.
Yeah, aftermath of that. He's like, oh, I got this great settlement. New truck.
It is a nice truck. But anyway, been listening to Howard Stern. He was talking about buying a Peloton bike. It's those fucking spin bicycles that you can get on and you clip in and do all that crazy stuff. And there's a big screen and you can live stream like all these spinning classes and stuff like that. They talked about it for like 2 weeks, and then Saturday, not a recent Saturday, but a couple weeks ago Saturday, I got blacked out drunk, and then woke up the next day, started my diet, got off the thing. 3 days later, I get a fucking call saying, you have a scheduled delivery for a Peloton. I look at my bank account, dropping fucking $3,000 on this random bike that just shows up.
Yeah, dude, that's why you never drink in Amazon Prime shop, man.
Dude.
Bad shit happens.
A few times.
Yeah, I've bought a lot of stuff. Now I have to save up for a couple months to buy a new fly rod that I was saving up for. Spent it on a Peloton.
That's okay, man. That's a gift that keeps on giving.
It's all right.
That wasn't herpes.
Like the Jelly of the Month Club. Sorry, yeah, that wasn't original. I thought that was a Christmas. Stupid.
It's fucking August.
Get your shit together. I fucking hate Christmas. I'm just kidding. I love it. So, after we digressed, what did we want to discuss then?
Yeah, but
Like, what do we want to get into, Jeremy?
Oh, for now?
Yeah.
I mean, we're 30 minutes of this bitch.
I mean, that's a good
But-
opener. I mean, there's plenty of stuff to cut out.
Yeah, I mean, what's standard? What's the
This is
standard?
about 30 minutes. We're 33 minutes. We got about 30 minutes to cut out.
What's the standard podcast? Hour and a half? 2 hours, if it's good.
30 minutes is where I'll cut it out. It's like 30 minutes is like the minimum. We're at 33, so we got an episode, guys. No, I don't care about length.
No, it's just
You day,
So you're-
apparently.
it's the girth that matters. The content. We can relate that. The quality of
It's
the
like a
content.
couple episodes where I'm like, these fucking idiots don't care. Like, they just want to hear you talk, jackass.
Well, we can get into something then. If you want to, you brought it
We
up.
can talk
you
about
mentioned
whatever.
it.
Just keep it rolling. Like,
Yeah, do we want to do
like all these, like, we could take, just pause or whatever. It doesn't matter. I'll piece it together. I've proven it.
Yeah, well, let's
I will talk. Oh,
let's slowly diverge into what the next content. I feel like we have probably about 20 minutes of good warm-up material.
you talk about Mole People 2.0.
Yeah, that is one of the things we've been.
Yeah,
We talk about it.
we could
We'll
do a fan cast and like concept
It's a fan
idea.
cast.
Like they listen to this, they hear what we said, and then they submit their ideas of like what they'd like to see,
Yes.
and then we piece all that shit together from everyone that listened. We compile every input somehow, makes it into what the next.
From the
Storyline
Patreon
and all the
or
people
from-
all the people
Patreon.
all the
that's
people
a
that
good
have the
segue into go follow us on Patreon, patreon.com/violentprofessional. And also we have a fucking stupid thing. Also, we have a sponsor of the podcast now. It's Cleared Hot.
Oh, okay.
It's a Canadian JTAC owned company.
Oh, wow.
Make cool t-shirts.
Where from? Saskatchewan?
They're from Saskatchewan. But yeah, it's like they listen to the podcast and we talk all kinds of shit.
About Canadian?
Yeah, with the asteroid hit.
Yeah.
I just came down from Saskatchewan.
Hey. It broke up our curling team. Yeah, I remember. They're from Canada and they follow us and we were totally shitting on them like it's going to hit fucking Canada. Fucked up place.
They like all the episodes.
Oh, that's cool,
And they
man.
reached out to me and were like, hey, we sponsor the episode or sponsor the podcast. And I was like, sure, yeah. Like, and then we talked about it and signed them up. And
That's cool, man.
Cleared Hot Clothing can enter the hairy tail tier of the mole people. Cleared Hot Clothing.
Oh, I see it.
Fuck bitches, get money.
I'm not going to comment anything. You guys just talk. I can multitask. That is the opposite of multitasking. That's single tasking.
I'll just listen and not do anything while you guys do all of the talking.
You're rewarded.
You are rewarded.
you're the
No points.
key component to Violent Professional East Coast.
I know.
Violent Professional Panhandle.
It's because you get all riled up and you have a bunch of wazoo ideas from all that crazy nonsense that you watch, like Dark.
Okay, first off, that's not crazy nonsense. Pretty cool shit. Time travel.
We'll talk about that.
I thought we tried. Didn't we
People
try to
want
get
to
into
know
that?
about your life.
Actually, I'm kind of curious. So you watch all this shit. And obviously, you have an opinion on it. So where are you time traveling back to, or forward to?
Yeah, do you want to go forward?
Give me either option.
Do you want to go forward or backward in time
Oh,
travel?
this is a good. Yeah.
Like,
This is a good.
Yeah, like we may.
This is a good segue.
We may be able to pull a whole.
something else.
We may be able to
Well,
pull a whole
the
episode off this.
theory of this show is that it doesn't matter if you go into the future or into the past. Whatever has happened will always happen. So you thinking you're doing something different isn't affected. So like,
So if you go, sleep
and they
with your
go
mom,
off of the what's it called, the bootstrap theory or something like that, to where somebody
Pythagorean theorem.
where somebody has come from the future. Somebody has come from the future and has given something, like let's say technology or something, and then because I guess time, if you think time is essentially relative, so that's probably happened before, and then there's this just object or thing that is constantly moving into the past and into the future, and now nobody knows how it was created. It just exists. It's wild, dude. Like, and then in the show, it's like this little kid gets sucked back into the past, and he ends up being this kid in this other family, and he finds out that it's his dad who killed himself like a year before was the little kid that was his good buddy's little brother. And like everybody's, yeah, dude.
I'm so confused right now.
Yeah, you have to watch it. You're going to be like, your brain's going to explode. But it makes sense.
Oh, I take it back.
So
That's not wazoo shit.
okay, but with that theory, which you could go back in time,
And we're into the
bang
future.
the teenage version of your mom, and it'd have no effect on the future.
No, because that's how it's already happened.
I go back in time.
So what
and
happens
bang
if you go into the
teenage version
future?
of my mom all the time.
If you go into the future, then that was like everything is all the little things that you do, and like I have this control over my life and things that have happened is not real. Even in the theory of relativity and Einstein's like different parallel universe, and you take different paths, it doesn't exist. You're on your path, and that's set. Even
Can you transport? So you transport somewhere? Do you leave there, or can you transport like
like
in
me
the future,
seeing
like 30
myself.
seconds, and there's another one of you.
Yeah, so there was like at one point 3 of this one dude, one from 99, like from the future, and then his younger future self. There's like an old man future self too. So it like, and then this whole thing they have an apocalypse, and then that cycle resets. So it's like when is the beginning and when is the end, or if it even
So
exists.
you can transport
it's just
like 30 seconds into
it's
the
just a
future and
cycle.
then like
No.
scare the fuck out of yourself and like
No, it's set in 33-year increments, and I haven't gone on.
33.
Yeah,
It's all
Well,
based
it's
on the
not.
whole chicken or the egg theory.
because if
Which
you
came first?
because the number
Chicken or the egg?
33 exists pretty much everywhere, like in religion, and so it kind of plays on that as well. So you have to you kind of have to read into it. So
Every
there's-
book that has over 33 pages.
No, Jesus Christ. I don't know. You have to, I'm not a subject matter expert on it. I'm just going to
It's a
show
TV
you.
show.
Yes, but it's an interesting concept. But yeah, no, it can
But
only
it
be in
doesn't-
33
okay.
years.
Okay, so I'll buy it for whatever it is.
But even if I went and visited you, like myself in the past, like I'm an old man, and me talking to somebody or me talking to myself doesn't fuck up like if you just divide by 0 and the whole fucking universe implodes. It's not like that. But it essentially treats it as if I went back in and I'm trying to change something, I've already tried that before in this other parallel dimension.
So like if you would try to go back in time to kill Hitler to stop the fucking whole Nazi thing, something would have failed, and Hitler's still going to do what he's got to do.
No, in another dimension that's already happened.
So you're saying it's irrelevant,
Yes.
except for in that dimension.
It's fucking weird, man. It's very hard to explain. You have to watch the show. And my simple-mindedness can't really express logically intelligent, all the things that are happening. It's just kind of a cool concept about time. Essentially, a black hole on Earth can be created to travel in time. Kind of like, oh, this is the idea of what could possibly happen
I don't think this
if you
is a true
traveled
story.
through a black hole. No, it's not. It's a fictional TV show, but
That was a very
it's
astute observation, Mike.
So literal.
It's kind of like
a true story.
It's kind of like Donnie Darko.
Oh.
Kind of plays on the same thing where that plane comes crashing into his house and he's having that deja vu.
Butterfly effect?
A butterfly effect.
That's the same fucking thing. That's what I'm
No,
saying.
it's not, because what was set for him was always going to happen. So all of those
Which
things.
one, Ashton Kutcher? Or?
No, the one with Jake Gyllenhaal.
He changed that. He time traveled in that movie.
No, that was always going to happen.
Time travel to his fucking bed where he changed that. The end, he changed that.
Oh, see, I thought it was always going to happen.
He changed it because all the shit that was happening, he changed it. He survived in the beginning of the movie, right? When the fucking engine fell through. And at the end, he fucking he changed because he could time travel by the end of it.
Went back in time and then stayed in bed.
Yeah, and he stayed in bed and killed himself, and that's why he was laughing. And then all the bad shit that happened just got erased.
Yeah, see, in the show,
fucking butterfly effect, he fucking choked himself out with the fucking.
But in the show, it like that.
He did.
Like the.
I never watched it.
But in the show, his dad, who he finds out is the next door neighbor, the little kid that got lost. His dad killed himself on that day on purpose because he knew he went back into time. So that cycle is never ending. So he had to do that in order for it to that whole cycle to continue.
Yeah.
So it's like all things that are supposed to happen will happen.
What we're talking about.
It doesn't matter.
It's like a conversation you have when you're super high. Like, bro, it's a glitch in the mix. Stupid. Well, what are your thoughts on time travel, Jeremy?
Time traveled. I don't have any thoughts. I have knowledge.
Oh, you do? Real, like, facts on... It's all theory. All of it is. Because we can't do it.
Yeah, we obviously haven't been in my basement.
You don't have a basement.
Well, every time we get blackout
the one
drunk,
dude who lives with me that can refute that.
Every time we get drunk, we time travel to the next day.
Yeah. He's had 3 White Claws. He's on his way.
I don't have an opinion on time travel. I don't believe it's possible.
Like possible ever?
No, not possible. And would any good come of it? So let's say you couldn't.
Fuck yeah, something good would come of it.
Well, okay, we'll say there's a limitation on it. Okay.
What's the limitation? Can I bring a gun? Because if I can bring some like rifles or something back in time, you can fucking just clean house. All those stupid fucking cowboys that can only shoot like 20 feet. You fucking take them out from the other side of town, easy. Dude,
he's not lying. That's true, but it's funny.
Well, if you think about it this way, what if? Because think of the way that things have progressed in the past 119 years now, from the year 1900 to now. What if, based on that theory, except for like it's not this whole, if I go back in time, this has already happened, that I can essentially affect the future kind of thing. Somebody introduces some technology that we have in the future to the past, and that's why we've progressed so fast over the past 100 years. Time travel, brain explode. That's what it made me. That's what it made me think of. I don't know, but think about when did it progress super fast? Like we
after around 1940, 50.
Like starting the space race, nuclear development. Because we went from flying these shitty fucking airplanes, and then it just went like jet aircraft.
But just not to get off topic, we'll fucking go down that route. But a lot of theory. Yeah, fuck it. Yeah, it's a fucking professional podcast. Nobody gives a fuck what we say. Nobody's listening anyways.
Clear Dot Clothing is.
Yes, they are. I told you the stats. They are. I'm kicking.
There's a lot of like UFO lore and theory that like a lot of the first UFO sightings that obviously crushed other countries in like the amounts, but a lot of those sightings did not start happening until we started doing nuclear tests, and it was the fact that we had nuclear tests that made us a beacon extraterrestrial life that they could see where we were at in the universe and attracted them to it. So I want to say the first like documented UFO sighting that was like made it big wasn't until like the 1940s or 1950s.
Right when LSD started sweeping the country.
Well, that too, but...
Well, what if that technology and those aircraft was us?
It's possible.
From the future.
But, okay, so take a wager, though. Take a wager. Are we the future? Are we the limit? And we can only go back? Are we in the middle? Does it not matter? Are we not bound?
It doesn't matter because they've figured out we're not bound by time.
I'm 100% bound by time.
And the theory of the show is that's like essentially how religion was created was because of time, because everything is based on like, oh, we only have so much of this where we end up, and that was used as a controlling factor of the human race.
So you could go back in time and start this thing and be like, oh, everybody pass around the plate.
That's not true because the odor of light protectors is timeless.
Yeah, because we know what's up, dude.
It only lasted 10 years, we all know.
Yeah, I know, but we all became rich before I killed all of you.
But what if it was more than that? Made it off the planet.
How do we get rich?
What if?
How do we get rich? You just
You
said
were a part of it.
I know we
You
were.
part of it.
Yeah,
But at the beginning of this,
You're one of the 7.
At the beginning of this, you were just saying that we're not the same as Scientology. We didn't get any A-list actors that donated money. We didn't get any of that stuff. That's what you were just talking about earlier.
yeah, I know.
How did we get all this money if we got rich in years?
Because we don't need A-list actors. We just need rich people.
I'm pretty sure we were committing crimes.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Racketeering, embezzlement, laundry,
Like rape's
Laundry?
okay.
laundering, money laundering. That's what
It's
I
like-
meant. Sorry.
We
did-
several chains
that-
of laundromats.
Yeah, that we were funneling money through to clean
I
it.
had 14 dry cleaners.
Possible.
Only 3 of them ran by Asians.
127 miles north of Claremont.
Nope. Claremont's town.
Claremont is the town.
Casper, Wyoming.
Casper.
26 miles north of Casper, Wyoming.
Casper.
Giving
My
out too
buddy
much information.
messaged me today. He's like, "Hey, dude, I haven't talked to you in a while. How you been?" You know, chat. And he's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Well, hey, man, you said you were moving. Like, I thought you were moving to Vegas." And he's like, "No, I'm going back to Wyoming." And I'm sitting over on this couch, and I'm like,
You told me that right as you were saying that?
"Yeah." I'm like, "Dude, my buddy said he said he's moving to Wyoming." He's like, "Where's he going?" And I'm like, "Hey, man, like, where are you going to Wyoming?" He's like, "Casper." I was like, "Oh, you gotta be shitting me! Like, there's no way. That's irony, fucking."
The fucking weird part is, like, Casper has nothing to do with it other than it's 126 miles
It's
north
anchor
of Casper,
point.
Wyoming.
It's the anchor point.
But if you look at it, literally there's a group of 3 towns that are right there, 126 miles north.
This is perfect.
Yep. Claremont.
I've always been drawn to those 3 towns. I don't know why. You
Had
guys,
somebody buy
you guys brought it to the light.
Had somebody buy some t-shirts from Casper, Wyoming the other day.
Oh no,
Or no, it was dive team. Yeah. I was like, this has to be a fucking joke. What is it? It's gotta be the OLP. All they want dive team stuff.
Where the fuck are they diving in Casper, Wyoming?
Dive is extremely big in Casper.
Is it really?
No.
Make some
Landlocked-
stupid
landlocked
shit
with
up
no
like
water.
Who cares? Supporting.
Dive in the bathtub.
Muff diving in Casper.
That's all they can do.
It's all
I'm sure there's quality muff in Casper.
That guy that bought some shit has to know about the OLP.
Oh, it has to. Well,
Because
really?
I promote the fucking
Yeah,
OLP.
but not
It's like,
everyone-
I've got all these other episodes that I'm recording, but I'm like, yeah, but what about this episode?
You love the OLP.
Oh, I love it. Yeah, it's made some money. Just like the actual OLP if we had it.
that OLP.
I'm wearing the shirt right now.
That was a funny episode to listen to sober because I totally was.
Yeah, you were.
Sam was pretty drunk.
Sam was pretty funny though.
I was dead sober
Why do the two girls have to die?
because it's all a part of the deal. How else are we?
We have been podcasters. Just sitting around reminiscing about when OP was great and it was fucking. We were
Make
creative.
OLP great again. That's what the episode should be called. 2.0.
Yeah.
It fucking is.
No, I'm coming up with ideas for version 2. It's pretty good.
We gotta make it good though, because depending on for the
Well, if you're holding your
Saving the
breath,
human
don't.
race.
You'll most likely die while you wait for it.
I
Send
don't.
in your suggestion.
I don't.
We will
think so.
incorporate every fan request for an inject into the storyline.
Except if it's stupid.
yeah. If it's dumb as fuck.
Yeah, if you're stupid, go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. No, everything goes in. We will find a way to squeeze it all in. That's part of the That's part of the creative side. You got to find a way to make it all work.
Well, if that's what we're doing, is we're discussing.
It's
what
gotta
the
be
No,
us,
no, no,
though.
no,
It
it's
can't be
not.
these
No,
fucking-
no.
The people
No,
listening
no.
because
No, they're just putting injects.
the reason it was so successful is because of the fucking
No.
cast of characters.
Yeah, but they're just providing injects that we're going to help. They're going to help build a story. We're not using what they say as the sole base.
You should.
So one of the things, if you're listening to this episode right now, you got to provide us information how we survived the last episode, because apparently Drew over here killed all of us, and so I don't know how to get through that. Maybe we all faked them.
He was shooting blanks.
No, I was
and
not.
Drew didn't make it to Mars.
If they can
No,
bring
no,
Dexter
no.
back, we can bring Drew can bring the OLP back.
No. You're all dead.
So it's just you on Mars?
No,
you
I
make it to
didn't.
Mars?
No, remember I went to South America with my groove body, like 53-year-old Mexican woman.
53?
Or wait, no, she's what?
She's old
Venezuela.
as fuck.
Yeah, because she's
27,
only
but
there
she
to
looks
take
53.
care of me and make me food
She's
and
been in the
stuff.
sun a little bit too long.
Yeah.
She's about 30 years.
Leathery, just
Face just looks like an old
after that bottomed out, and he ran to come back and summon the
Drew was
the
captured
high, the
on
High
one of
Lord.
those semi-submersible submarines bringing moles from South America to North America.
I've just been living in my truck fishing, so I can come back anytime.
Yeah, you didn't get Mike.
yeah. I got everybody.
You didn't get me?
No, you just said you killed
can't just
everyone, but you didn't
arbitrarily
kill
say
anyone.
You killed everybody.
Yeah.
So there's the plot flaw.
As the narrator / initializer, that's what you thought you did. But the fact was,
You're
you
scuba
didn't.
diving. You started a scuba dive.
No, it was a jet ski rental
ski rental.
parasailing,
You're parasailing on a jet ski.
and I'm wearing a Hawaiian shirt because you hate them so much.
fuck it, I don't care.
with the fucking banana hammock, it open, and I always have a drink in my hand.
Drew for scuba?
Yeah, always.
Drew
No,
for scuba?
I got a big belly because I don't give a
Yeah, I
fuck.
remember that part.
Super tan, renting out jet ski
You can't
to
kill
tourists.
the 7.
Okay,
You
whatever.
can slow down the 7.
That's how it ended.
That's how we stopped. That's not how it ended.
There's always a twist.
Yeah, I've got a good one though. The wheels are spinning in this weird brain.
We
of
all
mine.
have to fight each other, and we all have
Oh,
to
yeah,
come
this
up with
doesn't-
our own. This knowledge that we know now is Drew didn't kill us, and we have to figure out how we escaped his.
That
clutches.
that ends up being like a fucking Friday the 13th movie where they
That's fine.
or Halloween
Who fucking
where they
cares?
cut Mike Myers' head off and he somehow
it
magically
doesn't matter. All that
reattaches
matters-
his head.
All that matters is that, 1, we continue the originality of the story. That nothing's replayed and redone. 2, that we take the fan injects and we piecemeal it all into the certain aspects of what we're going to do and try to make it work.
Well, see, I thought we were going to put out ideas for actual episodes, see what the peeps want to hear.
You should make them.
No, I always ask that. They don't fucking care.
They
They're
want to
like,
hear
"Go."
you run your fucking suck.
That's all it is.
About what, Jeremy? Give me
What
a
we've been
topic.
doing this
Exactly
past
what we've
fucking
been
hour.
doing. That's the point.
We were on time travel, and you shut that one down like, I don't believe in time. I'm
Well,
going
I
to
think
introduce,
that's
tell
what
you
they
about
expect. They're like,
facts.
if they talk about subjects, I'm not going to listen anymore. So we talk about everything and anything.
'Tis the randomness that is the success.
But he already shut this down in a future episode. Time travel.
Oh, you guys talked about that already?
No.
In the future, because it already happened.
I'm trying to tie things together, but I just turd ferged it again.
Oh, that's
We need an episode.
We
Turd
literally need an episode. Joe, I know you're listening. We're going after you. You're going to be a whole episode where we just crush you until you fucking tell us why your name's Turd first.
Turd Ferguson theorist.
They're literally. I'm like trying to get into that microphone. They're literally.
They're
They're moving the Violent Professional podcast out east to get Turd Ferg.
Yes.
You have to actually, the Violent Professional podcast East will be called the Turd Ferg podcast, so that you force him to talk about it. Be like, hey, Joe, you want to be on our podcast? We're like, yeah, it's the Turd Ferg podcast. That's where we talk nothing about. We talk only about Turd Ferg.
We could all come up with these theories of where it came from and its
That could be an
origination.
episode altogether. How he got his fucking name. Episode 1 through 50. All different kinds of Turd Ferg.
Didn't we put Turd Ferg on Mars with a bunch of hairy tails? like that was part of the just like I'll go with him. He goes first.
Could do that. The world is your oyster in Turd Ferg land.
But why did you call the women the golden? Why weren't the 7 the golden moles?
Golden
We were
moles
the
were the ones we fucked.
Yeah.
The 7 of us
But-
fucked the 50 moles.
They're concubines.
Was a golden mole a tier?
It was.
It was one of.
They're sex slaves.
Okay, I was just saying because golden is good. We could have been golden,
We were the 7.
We were the 7, though.
But in those terms, we were golden.
but I want to wear a golden cloak.
No, they were
I'll get
wearing
fucked
gold.
That could be the fit. That's an idea right there. Like, in remembrance of those dirty hoes that slit their wrists to fucking
We
sacrifice
wear
them to the
golden
Order of
clothes.
Life Protection.
They're heroes too.
Yeah.
Because
And
women
so
are
we
doing
always
stuff
will
now.
Remember those skeezes we
I
scattered.
can do stuff now. It's
I don't know if scat works.
2016.
It's 2016. They can do stuff now. But I believe it was Adidas jumpsuit.
It wasn't Nike. We don't even know what the fuck
I
we
know.
talked about.
You should make that room that I lived in into the East Podcast Center. Completely quiet. Mike can come out.
Yeah. Well, yes, I have
you
a
can
room
make-
that's perfect for it.
You can get like the soundboards or whatever like we had out in Yuma.
Yeah.
And actually make the thing.
Well, you could start with this, and then I'll just get you. I'll give you the other one I have.
We'll see. We'll see where it goes.
I'll bring
That room's currently occupied through October. I have to wait until after that.
Yeah, I live there. But I live in a different room, too.
It's a fallback plan. It's not a complicated thing, but it's complicated.
Yeah, because...
You don't have to talk about it.
No.
I get the idea.
No, because I was under the impression that my girlfriend would lose weight. And I wouldn't have to, but we're both the exact same weight, if not worse. So, look, I got that Peloton. Be shedding the LBs. But anyway,
It comes full
but
circle.
if it does fail, move back into this room. But I think it'll work out pretty well. So I'll start moving that crap out, and we can get the 7 together one last time.
Proper.
3. Who else? Sam?
You got Sam, Drew,
And then Turd Ferg.
Mike,
Turd
Turford.
Ferg will make an appearance.
Yeah, you.
We gotta stop. It's Joe.
Yeah, you're the
It's
only
Joe.
you're the only West Coaster of the 7. Let's be honest about this. You're outnumbered. You're
Wait,
the
so
only.
You
You're
said
the
the
only
idea
West
is
Coaster.
Oh, you guys are all in Florida.
Yeah,
Like, so
we're all in
stupid.
Florida.
We're all right in the same towns, 2 towns.
Well, I don't know if you listened to the episode, but I died in
Oh,
Where
don't
did I
fucking
say?
pull that shit. Don't
300 miles east of.
don't pull that shit.
They called me Jerry. Get out of here, Jerry.
Oh, that's right.
Even if he did kill us, the moles are in the center of the earth, and they had the power to resurrect us all because they needed us back.
No, they're just dying. We all knew.
Yeah, dude, we gotta get to Mars.
Yeah, the whole point was the cult, not the actual Mars. Mars was the ploy.
Yeah, it was all about that money.
Oh yeah, they can't resurrect the stupid fucking.
Yeah, money and locking in a basement.
You love that mole face little girl.
She's a perfect mole breeder.
Oh, jeez.
This is just like a teaser to what's to come.
Yeah, and
It's
that's
kind of like pre-cum. It's there with little substance. You know what I mean?
they'll still get you pregnant.
Not mine.
She's more sterile than a doctor's hands before surgery.
I think we officially beat this horse to
Yeah.
the fucking ground.
Which one?
The mole people.
Reminiscing, like back in high school, I was quarterback
Back
of
when
the
I was
football
one of the
team.
7.
One day, yes.
Yeah,
We did one time.
yeah. Like the guys that go to high school parties wearing their varsity jackets 30 years later.
The Letterman jackets.
Is that what did I say?
Fuck
varsity
you! I'm
jackets?
wearing my fucking Letterman jacket.
Go ahead and do that, loser. What do you have on there? You got
When I come to see you at surgery, when I come to pick you up from. I know your wife's probably gonna do it, but I'm gonna do it.
yeah, she'll pick me up.
I wanted to bring some stuff to you.
I'm gonna show up in my Letterman jacket
Can
with a
you?
boombox on my shoulder.
Yeah, Mike. Can you come to post surgery and hold my hand while I cry?
You did for me,
I
so
know
I'll
I
do
did.
for you.
A thought came to me. We should get Letterman jackets for everybody. All the 7 that say OLP.
With a big 7 on the back.
Yeah, it worked good for you out in the West, but down in fucking Florida, we look like a bunch of assholes wearing a bunch of jackets walking
I'm not
around.
saying to wear it all the time, just when we record. Like,
Do we put all our accomplishment little fucking
get
sew-on
medals,
things
just
to put
like the
on
OLP.
that? Yeah,
And we're like
but it's more like-
dictators.
it's
we
more
get
like
all
the
of
Boy
the medals,
Scouts.
and we didn't do anything for it.
yeah.
More like the Boy Scouts.
We're gonna fuck all the campers as we go out. In the
No,
woods?
no.
We're gonna manipulate.
No,
them?
yeah, no.
We're not Catholic priests.
Not Joe Biden. Come on now.
Oh,
Whoa!
Fuck you, Joe, if you're listening.
give me.
Not the good Joe.
Episode number 23. Great episode talking about random stuff. Mike, hit it. What are you gonna say? Last part of the episode.
Got nothing, man.
Why does everybody do that? Say thanks for whatever.
Thanks for listening. Always your live your life by WWVDD. What would Vin Diesel do?
You had a good, on the last episode, a good sign off fucking thing. You're like, we're not sorry for wasting your time.
I'm sorry that you had to listen to for 2 episodes in a row.
No, you're on like way more than that.
Well, 2
Should
episodes
be
in
on
a row.
6 now.
Yeah.
2 in a row.
But
I'll probably put this out like 5 months from now. So I'm like, fuck that thing.
That was
I'll
stupid.
Shelve it.
no, yeah. You listen because you have as much free time as the rest of the fucking fat Instagram followers sitting around doing nothing, buying Aries clothing in triple XL. So
I don't sell triple XL.
on special order, you do. I know you do.
Triple XL only? I thought he was a little bigger than that.
No, it's 3 XLs that we sewed together.
Wasn't V?
We gotta take apart parachutes. Build it. No, man. Hold out.
I'm looking forward.
Hold out. Yeah, hold out for whatever we're gonna call the East podcast. Maybe it'll be good. Maybe it'll be fucking horrible. But
it will last 1 episode.
And if it sucks, then I'll just record solo episodes where I do my own renditions of movie scripts that I didn't get picked up to star on, which is all of them.
I need to start drinking.
Thank you all for tuning in. Your time. It's amazing to be a part of this. Good night.